Here too. All right. So my connection to water happened way before that. This is me and my dad, and I've spent every summer at a lake in Val-des-Monts since I was very little, swimming, canoeing, and it became very important to me. My dad does the water quality testing on our lake. He does the phosphorus testing every spring. And when he get the results, he showed them to me, and I said, well, is that good? And he said, well, I'm not sure. And I said, well, how does that compare to last year? And so we went through his filing cabinet, we got all the other years, and I thought, you know, on this lake, there are so many people that are passionate about water that would love an easy way to access this information. And the whole idea came, how do we reconnect all this great data that we're collecting with the people that care about these bodies of water without it being too scientific, without it being too overwhelming, so that they can feel like they're part of it. Because a lot of times, they don't. So I'm a web designer, and as part of Aquahacking for the Ottawa River, I produced this idea of a citizen science app that connected the water quality that's being connected by our government and by conservation authorities with the citizens that care about it, so that they can contribute data to those things. We presented River Rangers, and this is my co-founder Mark, at last year's summit. And this is the moment we found out that we were winners. Obviously, we're very excited. Yeah. So after the whole thing finished, Philippe Second de Gaspé-Beaubien at the end of the competition said, I started this, I've invested in this. What are you going to do now? And I was so tired because I'd stayed up all the night before. And I'm sure that the other people that are doing technology were so tired too, and they're not thinking about the future. So the next day, after I had a good night's sleep, I went with Mark, and we rebranded and we rebuilt our platform. We became a nonprofit called Water Rangers. But before we did too much, we actually had to take a step back and actually get to know the people that would be using this stuff. So the Ottawa River Keepers is our biggest fan and our biggest partner, and they've been amazing at teaching us how to collect data, how they collect data, how they engage with citizens that care about these bodies of water. And then we also learned about how they monitor streams in conservation authorities with Mississippi Valley Conservation Authority, Rideau Valley Conservation Authority, and all these organizations shared their data with us, introduced us to these lake associations, these passionate citizens that care deeply about these waterways. But they're not just citizen scientists in a normal scientific way. There's also fishermen and whitewater canoers, and yes, I did go whitewater canoeing, it was great, to meet these people and figure out why they cared about these things and how we could create a platform that let them participate. And that's the biggest thing. There's such a disconnect between the science and the government and the actual people that care about these bodies of water. So I really wanted to get to know them. So what is it? It's an online platform. It's built on a map. You click the bottom right corner, there's a little button. It targets exactly where you are. So you don't need to know how to do GPS, it does that for you. And then you can filter the map by various parameters like water quality, invasive species, issues, and then we have this idea of groups that you can filter the map as well. Now we've gone out with school groups, and actually this Tuesday I trained 60 kids in water quality monitoring, and they loved it. And here's one of their reports that they came up with, and this is at one instance on the Ottawa River. And what we do is we take all those observations and we combine them into these simple reports that everyone can understand. And if you're not quite sure what something is, there's these little question marks everywhere that gives you more information. But we curate it, we make sure it's not too complicated. So this is Sheila. She's an Ottawa River Keeper, and she cares a lot about the Ruisseau de la Brasserie. And it's a stream that goes around the island of Hull and Gatineau. And she's been taking E. coli tests there for the last couple of years. But she had no way to sort of publicize this, and she didn't feel empowered to do that. And so we put this on our platform, and then I showed it to one of the city councilors, and he said, yes, this is great. At a glance, you can see 21,000 for E. coli readings 200, which is the safe level for boating, and the safe level for swimming is 100. So 21,000 is pretty awful. So we're giving these tools to citizens to do the stuff that they're already passionate about. And we also have something called issue reporting, which our other partners in Alabama are using. And we create these groups so people can gather, we can keep the data clean so that they have their own testing protocol, and individuals can go out and do their observations. And then we reward them for good behavior. You know, we want people to test over time, we want them to return to a place, because then they start noticing things. This summer we launched these test kits that we sent people to the oceans on their holidays. And some of the feedback we got included things like, I stopped at more beaches, I cleaned up garbage. I never noticed this before. And the whole idea of the platform is, let's bring the science together, let's re-engage people with these bodies of water that they like, and let's get them noticing when things are not going well. We have so many great partners already, and we're growing constantly, but Montreal, we don't have very much of a presence here. So if you are someone that wants to start a citizen science program, we'd love to partner up with you here. Thank you very much.